Welcome back to the Marching Arts Network. I am the Stressmaster. Thank you all for joining me. What we're going to go over tonight is the midweek scores. I want to kind of make this a normal thing where we do midweek, and then on the podcast we're going to do, of course, more additional recaps as well. And I know Toomer's also working on some additional videos. So I am waiting for the scores to pop up here. I just finished watching the Waco show because it was delayed due to some lightning. I do have a picture of the scores, so I can go over this, but I want to go over the recap. So I'm going to kind of check, and we'll kind of see if they post while we're recording this video. But all right, so let's go ahead and get started with scores. So the first show we're going to look at is Broken Arrow. That happened. Actually, we can look at Abilene too. But Broken Arrows were the top 7 were at the same venue, same performance. And it was the first time East meeting West. Let's go ahead. Actually, let's go to Abilene. Let's see who performed at Abilene. I don't know. Okay, so we got Blue. Okay, yeah, let's talk about this real quick. So we got the Blue Knights, Crossman, Pacific Crest, and also what was I going to say? There's another corps that's kind of in this range here, but you see Blue Knights. Look at this difference. It's only 0.1 and then 0.25 here. So everybody's really tight, really close. Blue Knights, Crossman, Pacific Crest, kind of the same as last year, where everybody was really tight, really close. So let's go ahead and go back to the scores. Hopefully the Waco scores will populate here. If not, we're going to look on the app. I don't know if you guys have the Core Clash app. I highly recommend getting it because they have like really up-to-date rankings, and you can do it by captions and stuff like that. So it's super cool. All right, let's look at Broken Arrow. So once again, this is the top 7. Bluecoats, Boston, Blue Devils, Carolina, Phantom, Mandarins, and the Cavaliers. So Bluecoats won with an 89.150. We're actually going to watch that show in this video. Can't wait to see that. So we had Boston and Blue Devils who tied for second. I really don't know if I agree with that. But I wasn't there live, so you're watching a broadcast, so everything is kind of filtered a little bit. But I just think Boston's, I think their program is a little more clear than what Blue Devils' program is. Not saying that that has a lot to do with anything, because it's about performance. It's about, lots of different captions, color guard, percussion, brass, stuff like that. But I don't know. We're going to have to look at the recaps to kind of see where it landed. But I thought Boston was just a little bit level higher than the Blue Devils were. That's just my opinion. And it also broke it. What is it? 18,000 day or 1,800 day winning streak or something like that for the Blue Devils. So that's kind of interesting news too. And then we had Carolina Crown 86.750, so not too far behind. 84.5 for Phantom, and then 82.5 for Mandarins and 80.950. So let's look at the recaps. We're going to go through it pretty quickly. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here because I want to get to the other the more recent shows. But you can see here 35.9 for GE, 35.4, and 35.3. So pretty much right down the ranking there. Visuals where it gets a little bit different. Sorry, I skipped over that. I'll make sure I'm not covering it up. Okay, we're not. So we have 17.9 visual proficiency, 17.7 to 17.8. So BD actually beat Boston here by 0.1. And then they also beat them in visual by 0.4. And then color guard, Boston beat everybody. Actually, they got first place with 17.6 to 17.5. So Bluecoats are ranking 4th. So they have some area of improvement there, of course. And then we have 26.650. And Blue Devils actually won this caption with the 26.7, and then they tied for 26.65, and Carolina Crown was right behind them. So, all right. So Music Brass, Bluecoats with an 18.1, Blue Devils with a 17.7, and then down here is where it gets interesting because Music Analysis, 17.5 for Crown, and then 3rd was Blue Devils, and then 4th was Boston, and then 1st was Bluecoats. So a lot of flipping of captions and stuff like that, which is fine. So let's look at music percussion. 17.3 for Bluecoats, 17.7 for Boston, 17.4 for Blue Devils, 17.2 for Crown. So the totals for music were 26.6, 26.35, 26.25. So once again, went right down the ranking, but a lot of captions were flip-flopped. And that's kind of where they landed with tying, which is fine. I just didn't see that, but I wasn't there live in the stadium. So it's always kind of a hard thing to, judge on a vid, when you're watching streaming. So, all right. So the Waco scores did post, thank goodness. Let's look at DCI Denton. So we had the Bluecoats, Boston, Carolina Crown, Phantom, Santa Clara, Crossman, Pacific Crest, and Music City. I really liked Music City. The show was a little bit out there. It was like to the river or something like that, down to the river or something like that. But it was really cool. I actually kind of liked it. They were pretty darn good, pretty powerful. Pacific Crest with the 77.450. So the Crossman and Pacific Crest and Blue Knights were all within that range. So we're actually going to look at the rankings now on the Core Clash app here in a second. But look at this, Santa Clara, 84.3. Phantom Regiment moved up quite a bit from the previous night. I think the previous night they had an 84.5. Phantom got an 86.6. Carolina Crown got an 87.975. And then Boston really pushing up, 89.650. And then Bluecoats with the 90.5. Let's look at the recaps real fast. I just kind of want to see where everybody landed. Okay, so I'm just going to do the totals here because we don't have that much time in this video. But GE 36.6, 36.1, so write down the ranking until we get here. And then Pacific Crest actually got 6th place over Crossman in that caption. And then if we look here in visual, looks like Phantom actually got some 2nd places down in here in the achievement and then the total. So they actually got 17.4. So they got 2nd place in visual. So way to go, Phantom. So the total was 26.65, 26.45 to 26.0. So write down the ranking again. And then music. So you can see right here, Bluecoats 18.3 in brass. They're really kicking butt. So way to go. It's crazy. Music analysis also 1st place, 18.0. And then music percussion, 18.2. And Boston got an 18.5, so they took 1st place in percussion. Santa Clara got 3rd, and then it went 4th place and then 5th place. So you can see right here, 27.2, 27.1, 26.675, and then it flipped here with Phantom and Santa Clara. And then here's the final scores. All right, so that's DCI Denton. The DCI Waco show, I think, was delayed due to lightning, so that's why it was a little bit later. Actually got to watch the ending of that show. Got to see the Cavaliers. Look at this, Madison Scouts with the 79.750. They just jumped up really significant. So way to go, Madison Scouts. Blue Knights with the 79.0. Spirit of Atlanta with the 77.4. Academy with the 74.5. And then Genesis with the 70.3, Seattle Cascades, and then Jersey Surf. All right, let's look at the recaps really quickly here. So Cavaliers, let's see here, 32.7. So write down the ranking. Visual flipping around in this area here. Color guard, 16.3 to 16.2, so 1st and 2nd. So really, look at this. Look at these scores between the Cavaliers and Madison. I mean, they're pretty darn close in almost all captions. Visual, Madison actually beat Cavaliers. Interesting. I haven't seen Madison's show recently, so I'm going to have to really try to watch that. Okay, so we get an 82.6 to 79. So you can kind of see where the captions are. It's pretty straightforward. Madison, Blue Knights, and Spirit are all kind of lumped into this area here for music. So. All right, well, way to go, everybody. I mean, it's so cool to see everything happen in here. It's just crazy. It's just trying to keep up with the scores. That's why we're going to do... Ooh, wow, I'm kind of glitchy. That's why we're going to do a midweek preview. Sorry, I have so many things running on this. I'm on a laptop. I'm not on my normal computer. This is a pretty powerful laptop, but it still kind of jitters every now and again. So what I have up here is the the app. It's called Core Clash. I highly recommend you guys get it. It's really, really cool. You can look by events. Sorry for my scrolling. I kind of scrolled down too far. But it says DCI Waco. It hasn't happened. But you can see here it gives you the schedule and then gives you the scores. You can even look at the recaps if you want. So really cool app to have on your phone. But what is really cool is the rankings. So you can do all world or open. And right now, the DCI All Age is kind of intermixed in there. So you're going to see the Reading Buccaneers and someone else in here. You got to have to kind of just filter that out. But you can do it by brass. You can see who's winning brass, who's winning percussion, who's winning color guard. And you can kind of just see the breakdowns there. Let's do total. And then we're going to have to discount a couple. So the Reading Buccaneers, that's one. We got to get rid of two. So this would really be 10th place here. Sorry, I'll point to it. 10th place here. And this would be 11th. And then Madison Scouts would technically be in 12th place right now. Now, having said that, though, the Troopers have not performed in 3 days. So their score when they come back, it could be above Colts. It could be around Colts. It could be there, but the Madison Scouts have really made a push, and they're starting to head for top 12. So I'm really hopeful. I'm hopeful everybody gets top 12. I wish that everybody could be in top 12, but they can't. And then Crossman is a 78 right now. So, so you just never know what's going to happen in the season. But I think this is a really cool way to see this. And it does it in real time. What I really also like is it gives you the pluses. So like how much did they gain from the previous show? How much did they lose from the previous show? I mean, look at Blue Devils B there at 73.7. And then Gold is at a 71. Genesis is at a 70.3. So you can see like everybody's scores here. It's a really cool app. I really like it a lot. It's really helpful. But Bluecoats broke 90. So they broke 90 for the first time. First quarter break 90. And we still have a month to go. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so that's our score analysis. So thank you guys so much for that. Now we're going to move over and we're actually going to watch Bluecoats. And this is from last night. So somebody already put it up. All right, so let's go ahead and watch the Bluecoats. I haven't seen this show for a little while, so I'm interested to see what they've done to it. Here we go.
Performing their 2024 program, Change is Everything. Drum Corps International is proud to present the Bluecoats.
So cool how they're going back and forth. It's so interesting the way that they design the uniform, so it's kind of like a stick man, where you can like really see like linear. And then they have it going down to the legs, so everything's like you can see everything like if it's in phase or out of phase. So that's really, really dangerous or really great. In this case, it's great. And then the guards in yellow with red stripes. And they have the end zones with the red down the sides there too. Gosh, what a sound. What a sound. My goodness. And I like the way they separate out these beams or platforms, or whatever you want to call them, as they move throughout the show. The only thing I would say here is the bass drums have a feature, but you can't really hear it because the percussion's so loud. You know what I mean? And they're up on that platform. I know it's not that long, but really cool. Very smart staging in all of this. And like, I think that what they are is they're doubled, and then they lock them into place, and then when they unlock them, they can move them and separate them out. Very smart. Very smart staging too. Just so smart in the staging. You have yellow, white, yellow, white. It's just like everything is all over. But it's staged in the right way. Oh my god. So cool, man. I wonder if that's the actual flags making those sounds, because they look kind of like a different material. That reminds me of the whale sounds from Boston's show from last year. Sorry, I'm pretty dark on this screen. I just realized that it's because I don't have my normal lighting set up here, so I'm kind of just winging it. I'm glad I got to be here with all of you, and hopefully you guys are doing really well. I'll put a little bit of light on me. Here we go. I really like how they use these platforms. It starts with one gigantic chunk, and then it just kind of breaks apart as the show goes along, creating a different, different scenes and stuff like that, and different staging. Nice sound. What a great blend right there. Nice pseudo piano. You can hear the mellophones just right in the middle. nice cord there. Nice cord. A nice set. Just a nice set where they can stand and play. And the color guard in the back. Really cool. Some great playing, just like little isolated little attacks. Aren't cool, man. Just keeps going. Just keeps jamming along. I really appreciate all the way that they're staging and actually using the platforms. Different height variations. Very cool. A lot of great movement going on with the guard there. It's really exposed dance work, so great job. Oh, they have like, they got flags from there. I really like the framing of the floor here with the guard around them. So they're really encapsulated. I just really like it. I don't know, it's just very smart. A lot of great choices being made in the design process and the execution process as well.
From Canton, Ohio, under the direction of Mike Scott and Genevieve Geisler, the Bluecoats.
Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, tell me what you guys thought in the comments. Sorry for the little dings here. Tell me what you guys thought in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe if you have not done so. We would really appreciate it. About 60% of people that watch these videos do not subscribe, and that's crime. You should really subscribe. It really doesn't hurt you. It helps us. It really does. So we would appreciate this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Great shows. I mean, we still have about a month left in the season. So it's kind of exciting to kind of see where things are. Things have really progressed even in the last couple of weeks. It's just been astounding. Like I said, it's just kind of cool to see what's happening and see the growth from each core. I can't wait to see what's going to happen by the time we get to finals, because I'm going to admit I'm wrong, because when we did our predictions for the show, I mean for finals, I didn't think Bluecoats would even have a chance to be in the first place position because of their show's out there, right? But I think what works for them so well is it just keeps moving along. It doesn't really have a stopping point. The momentum just keeps going and going and going and going, and your eyes just kind of keep being entertained with everything that you're seeing. There's a lot of smart staging going on. Yes, the show's a little out there, but it's not out there where it's not accessible. You know what I mean? You can kind of follow along, and the whole thing changes everything. We start at the beginning, and you notice right. Let me show you guys when we end it, and then it ends like differently. Let's go back. And at the end, they kind of come back together in that same block, and make the final statement together. So really cool show. I mean, it's just really out there, but I like it. Somebody actually made the same comparison I did. Is this the 93 Star of Indiana? So when I said that back when I first saw it, it's just so revolutionary and different, right? I mean, this is a completely different type of a show. Does it have the same elements that we see normally? Yeah, there's visuals, there's stuff like that. What I think was so unique about 93 Star is no one was doing that to that level, to that extent. Yeah, they were doing some body visuals, but not the whole entire core. They were doing stuff sonically that no one else was doing, playing their piano. They were playing pianissimo like a majority of the show, and they go to mezzo forte and come back down again. And then when they got to the end, your ear was so tuned down, like sound-wise, when it hit hard, because your ear was like constantly having to listen to the rest of the show. So yeah, I kind of have to retract my statement, because I don't think this is a 93 Star. Do I think it's a great show? Yes. Do I think it's kind of revolutionary? Yeah, a little bit. Not extraordinarily, but it is a little bit, because it is just a completely different type of show. Their staging is great. I mean, just fantastic staging. I love the staging. It's so well constructed. There's not a lot of scatter sets. There's actual real drill going on, real sets, staging on top of the props, height variations. Really enjoy it. They're playing well. Color guard's doing well. Everybody's doing well. So kudos to the Bluecoats. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure that you visit our community page, where we have different ways you can support this channel. One is through memberships. You get special perks for being a member of this, and we have this as low as 99 cents a month. And you can't even get a cup of coffee for that anymore, so that would be appreciated. And we also have a merchandise store. We have some great merchandise on there. I actually need to order some. We have had some newer shirt designs a little bit back, but we've just been so busy. I haven't had time to really order anything yet, but I'm going to definitely have to get on that. But thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the next video, which is coming really, really soon. We're going to be doing our podcast again this weekend. I should be on that one. But I just have so much going on here, trying to help out my family and stuff like that. But I at least wanted to make this video to say thank you to all of you. And just remember, life is precious. Please make sure that you make the best of it. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Until then, march on.